Virgil Hunter, they announced some pretty good fights coming up here March 7th. Keith Thurman's going to face Robert Guerrero on the undercard, Adrien Broner, John Molina. And that's going to be Haymon Boxing on NBC. What do you think of just that news, that piece of news? Boxing coming back to NBC?
I think this is a wonderful thing because boxing is a worldwide sport. It reaches all corners of the world, continents. As you see, we have an influx of fighters from all nationalities and all creeds and colors from all over the world. And everybody, the United States being the mecca of professional boxing, is the place that they aspire to be. So the more opportunities that we have here in the United States, the more opportunities the game is going to be presented with, and the game will be global like it once was and should be. And then you begin to attract, the young kids and things more and more into the sport because it'll be more visible to them. And that kid who's 5'10", 6 feet and trying to make the NBA and at some point realizes that he might have a better opportunity in boxing, he'll come over.
Yeah.
Or, you'll have more you'll have more support, more financial backing for the amateur program, which is, desperately in need of financial backing, and bring the country back to where it once was in terms of being a dominant country in the sport.
Gotcha.
So I look forward to it with the viewership and also people being educated more about the game the way it should be, instead of being fed and programmed on one type of fight, rock'em sock'em fighting, and pushing the science of the sport to the side.
Robert Guerrero, Keith Thurman, what do you think of that matchup?
That's an interesting fight. We all know that the ghost comes to fight, and we all know that Thurman is a very confident fighter, with punching power, a lot of athletic ability. And, Robert's been in there with the best, very determined, not an easy fighter to beat. A good contrast in styles. I could see that fight really turning out to be a war.
Gotcha. Adrien Broner and John Molina.
Again, that's going to be a very interesting fight because of the styles. Molina definitely determined to win the fight, and Adrien is definitely anxious to prove that 2015 is his year. So.
Gotcha.
With that in mind, I look forward to having some real good fights.
And they also look like Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson are going to fight. What do you think of that?
Well, the fans have been demanding that, and so I guess you can see that as a treat for the fans. Two excellent fighters, great matchup also. The determination, the doggedness of Peterson, and also the confidence and the abilities of Danny Garcia. So all those fights are top-notch fights that should captivate the viewing audience and bring the game where it's supposed to be, in the forefront like the other sports.